It's your girl Steph back with Teens on the Scenes with Afrovibes TV, and today we have a special guest.
Vic Martin. I'm a fashion designer here in Houston, Texas, and I'm from California. I moved here about 4 years ago. I've designed with a company called Dexterity Talent. So I make clothes for upcoming artists for like music videos or fashion shows and stuff like that.
Okay, so I heard you're a fashion designer. Okay. So what got you started?
So I started back in 2017. Well, I've always been into making clothes, but in 2017, it was kind of like a switch. I was going shopping one day and I was just like, I don't like nothing in here.
Right.
Like nothing in here is like me. It's just
Yeah.
very boring. And it's when H&M started making everything so basic.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, where's the exciting stuff? I need some sparkle. Like I need something that's like exciting. I
Right.
want people to like see me. So I bought a sewing machine. And then I bought that sewing machine in like 2017. And I didn't use it until like, no, I bought it in 2014 and I didn't use it till 2017. And it was just like, because I was scared.
Right.
I was scared. I was like, I don't know how to use this thing. So I hopped on YouTube one day. I was just had enough.
Right.
And I was like, let me just make something. And I hopped on YouTube and I learned how to make a t-shirt and I've been making clothes ever since.
Right. Okay, that's good actually. So what are your future goals for your career in the fashion?
My goal is to be something like a Beyonce in fashion. I kind of want to be like the cultural shift for people for Black people in fashion. So I want to be the one that people look up to that's like, oh, this person's doing something different and this person is like doing it well, and have that presence of positivity around it, because that's one thing that I love about Beyonce is the positivity around the messaging.
Right.
So it's never like, you never see her involved in like drama or any kind of scandal. It's very much like, I want to see excellence, and that's what my goal is, to be known for excellence.
Okay, that's good. So how do you envision the future of fashion designs evolving?
I feel like AI is about to take over, and I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
AI is like, I steal ideas from AI.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen the videos where it's like they got some nice clothes on a model and it's all AI and they just change the outfits. And it's like, some of this stuff is actually cute.
Right.
So I be screenshotting them and then trying to go home and make it myself.
So this from it. Yeah.
So I be doing that. Like, but I think that AI is going to play a big part. Technology is already becoming, like I've seen a runway show where the person came out in white, but then they shine a light on it and the color of the outfit changed. So it's like, I feel like it's going more towards the technology. And also I feel like people are digging more into the past. I don't know, you're younger than me, so you see the people are wearing the clothes from the 2000s.
Yeah, they're bringing it back.
Yeah, it's like everybody's wearing the stuff from back in the day because this stuff that we have right now is boring.
Yeah. So, are there any collaborations or projects you're particularly excited about?
Oh, collaboration. So number one is always going to be Beyonce on my list. Beyonce is like, as far as fashion, she wears only custom pieces, which I love because that's my life.
Yeah.
I only wear custom. I don't shop. So
it's nice.
So,
I like your style.
Thank you. And I switched it up a lot, so it's good for me to have custom. But I also really been liking Dolce. Dolce's been eating it. Like she's like amazing. Doja Cat eats it. As far as guys, I like A$AP Rocky, but collaborations would have to be Beyonce, Rihanna, Dolce, and Doja.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your outfit.
Okay. This is from my new collection. It's called a neurotaxia. A neurotaxia stands for like, it's a state of mind where you like caught between the dream and reality, and you don't know them apart. Right. And the reason I'm wearing this is because it's supposed to look like a basketball. If you can see the whole outfit.
Yeah, I can see it.
It has like the lines of the basketball. But I wore this because my whole life, my parents' dream was for me to play basketball, but I wanted to make fashion. Right. So it was like, this is the reality. I'm making fashion, but the dream was for me to play basketball.
Right. So it's collaborating too.
Yeah. So that was kind of what the inspiration was behind this. And also, I saw a basketball player wearing something similar to this, and I was like, that is so sickening.
Yeah.
Like, he had the whole gloves, it was a whole
Yeah.
leather, it was like peanut color. It wasn't orange,
Mm-hmm.
but the orange more for my story. So I was like, let me just see if I can remake that. And I had never made a shirt like this before. I never made a tie before. I never made gloves out of leather before. So it was like,
Right.
let me just try it and go for it. And
Right.
I was like, oh, I actually do like this. So
Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
Thank
That's
you.
something I'll wear for real.
We got to get you. I mean, I see you all the time walking shows. I'm like, I'm gonna make something for her one day.
Uh-huh. Yeah, too. I will, yeah.
Okay.
For real. Be a what's it called? Uh you know, when people like
Ambassador.
ambassador.
Ambassador,
Right,
yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
So how does, like, personally, what does fashion mean to you?
Fashion to me is an attitude. It's like you see me all the time. You and
Yeah.
your mom, y'all see me, and one day I look like this, and one day I look like that, and it's just basically like my mood. Like today, I felt like I'm gonna be a boy, so I was like, let me just be simple and wear something like very basic. So
Mhm.
to me, this is basic, but
Right.
sometimes I'm dragging the floor and all of that.
Yeah.
But it's all about attitude, and I think also fashion is about telling a story about who you are
Mhm.
and where you come from. So
Okay. So tell me about yourself, and is this chance like to introduce yourself and highlight your relevant skills and experience.
I would say that overall I'm an artist. I make music, I've made art, I've made clothes, I've produced music videos. I just feel like overall I'm a creative person, so
Mhm.
that's who I am at the core, and anything that I do is gonna have that DNA in it.
Right.
Like even when I go to work, because I work a regular job like other people, and then I
Mhm.
have my business on the side. But when I go to work, people can clearly tell that I do something else because
Right.
the ideas that I bring to the table is like, oh, I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah.
And it's just because of my creative brain. But um, as far as like my, I guess, resume, I've worked for a couple celebrities. I've started out designing for artists, like I told you earlier, making clothes for their concerts or their music videos and stuff like that. And I've even designed for some celebrities.
Mhm.
I was designing for, I don't know if you know Wildin' Out. There was somebody on
Mhm.
Wildin' Out. I designed
Yeah.
clothes for them before
Okay.
and stuff like that. So it's mainly, I really, I really like to design for myself, but I will design for other people. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So what are your strengths and weaknesses when it comes to the fashion designs?
my strength is my strength is like personality. Like whatever I do, whatever I touch, when you look at it, you could put my outfit next to somebody else's and they have the same pieces, but you're gonna know it was mine
Right.
based on how it's put together.
Yeah.
Like you can give us the same pair of jeans, but it's not gonna be the same outfit at the end. And I think that's the thing that sets me apart. And also I'm an Aries, so
Right.
individuality is a big thing.
Big thing.
Like I can't do anything if I don't feel like myself.
Mhm.
So that's what kind of is my strength, is like being myself and authenticity. But my weakness will probably be collaborations. I'm so strong on what I like to do
Mhm.
and how I do things. I'm impatient and I don't really like to like wait for people. So
Yeah.
I'll just be like, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
And that's how kind of how I started making clothes. I was waiting for people to make more exciting stuff, and it's just like I'll do it myself. So
Mhm.
that's how I started making clothes.
So how do you handle constructive criticism?
I don't. Like I said, I'm an Aries. We just gonna be like, okay, just shut up.
Right.
I don't want. I don't. I mean, I listen to people who are doing the things that I want to do, and my role models are sometimes silent. And I don't know if y'all know what a silent role model is. Like somebody that you don't know, but you follow the values that they have set
Yeah.
because you value the lifestyle that they're living. It's just
Right.
like you wouldn't listen to nobody about modeling that don't model. You know,
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
girl, just shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are your favorite designs and why?
My favorite designer is Schiaparelli, Daniel Roseberry Schiaparelli in specific. If y'all don't know about Schiaparelli, go check Schiaparelli out. Um, I just feel like it's so innovative as far as like fashion and stuff like that. And I think that they're the they're changing what people see as fashion and making it something more than just a t-shirt or a pair of jeans. Because a lot of people, I said, you be saying you walk shows all the time, but
Yeah.
they just throw a t-shirt on and some jeans. And they're like,
Right.
oh, I got the drip. It's the
Yeah.
drip, you know, and it's just like, it's not really fashion, but you know, you look cute.
It's like you came all the way over here to put me in a t-shirt and some
Yeah.
jeans that I had at home. But like, yeah.
Yeah. Or like, you know, it's no shade to t-shirt brands or sweatpants brands or whatever you do, but like just be innovative and original. You know,
Right.
if you just slap your logo on something, I don't really consider that fashion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's why I like Daniel Roseberry and Schiaparelli.
Okay. So do you have any like favorite piece that you designed?
Mm. My favorite piece that I designed is probably like it's a cowboy look that I wore last year for my birthday, and it has like it's cow print and it got like hair going down the side, and
Mm-hmm.
it was inspired by Beyonce, of course, but
Right.
that would probably be my favorite piece, and I like it because it was something different for me. I never imagined putting hair on a piece of clothing,
Right.
like, and you don't see it all the time, and then the way that it blows in the wind, and
Yeah.
like when I walk. I wore it on another podcast that I did, and the way that people reacted to it in the comments and stuff, it was just cool. So I was like, I'm gonna make some more out of the box stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably my favorite piece.
So how do you feel about the support system when it comes to
Mm.
fashion?
So I feel like I've had like a very good support system since I've been here. Shout out to Dexterity. They helped me get on here in Houston and find work with other artists, and I think that Houston in particular has a very supportive fashion scene.
Mhm.
But I've heard stories also about other places that are not so supportive. I'm just grateful to be where I'm at. I can't speak for nobody else.
Right.
It's like that's y'all story to tell. It's
Yeah.
not mine. But yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Okay. And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, in 5 years, hopefully, I'm working on Beyonce's project. Some type of visual with her. I need her to see me because,
Yeah.
well, I know she's seen me. She be watching my page on her Finsta,
Mhm.
but
Right.
but no. In all seriousness, I see myself. For one, I want my social media to be like a lot bigger. I feel like I deserve more followers for the amount of work that I put into my content. Like you make content,
Yeah.
it's so disappointing to like put your all into something and then see 3, 4 likes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just did all of this work, all of this editing. I had to get dressed, do hair, makeup. Like, it takes so much. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't understand. But that's one thing. So my social media needs to grow.
Mhm.
I'm also planning to be monetizing off of my YouTube because I feel like that's a good way for me to make money so that I can support and keep doing this stuff. But I also want to start coaching. Like, I want to start coaching people on creative process and all that stuff. So, you know, teaching people how to be more creative. You know, like we have artists here, and some of them they just, you know, they have a song and they don't know what to do the video about or nothing. And
Yeah.
it's like I could be that person to help them. So
Yeah. Like me, like I have my own modeling, like I want to have like I teach workshops and stuff like that. But when I get older, like I want to have my own modeling workshop. Like I
yeah,
have my own modeling workshop. I want to have my own modeling school,
yeah,
teach others, how to be confident when they're walking and stuff like that. So, and like, show like you need to support, especially like in Houston and stuff like that.
yeah.
It's like a lot of hate and stuff.
That's so interesting because I like before like you and like Dexterity, I didn't even know that modeling coaching was like a thing.
Mhm.
Like so
Really?
yeah, no, I was just like, oh, you know, people just know how to model. Like you
Yeah.
just got it or you don't, you know? But
Yeah.
once I started seeing like there's coaching and like all of these classes that you could take, then I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
you know, people actually like teach this. So, I mean, as far as like what you've seen, what would you like say the biggest thing that you see when like bad things that models do? Because today I went to a fashion show and there was like models stumbling down the stairs. I'm like, what would be like, what is the one thing you see that's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's crazy?
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna hold that thought, and we're
Okay.
gonna come back on the next segment. So yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, you go to fashion shows all the time and you sometimes you watching like what is some of the things that you see? Because I like coaching for me was like a new thing, but like what do you see as a professional? Because I consider you a professional. Like,
Thank you. I am. Yeah.
yeah, like I consider you a professional. So what do you see? Like if you saw a girl walking down, you'd be like, oh no, why did she do that? Or that looks crazy, or look at her foot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. I would say a lot of times they take the wrong tips, especially from the wrong audience, and they're not taking their time and actually putting in effort. You know, to get better at something, you have to want it and you have to, put in the work, So a lot of times they just go out there and do like just random stuff where like they will just take tips from anybody that don't really like have the knowledge in the
Yeah.
industry. So I'm really big on that. It's like if you want it, you're gonna work for it.
Yeah.
So to get
Yeah.
that far on it.
That's kind of what I was saying about earlier. Like, you don't take advice from, like, I'm not going to take advice from a chef about how to make clothes.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Especially when it comes like, cause I had fashion on today. You was there.
Yeah.
We had like it was a very nice couture dresses. Shout out to Miss Howard. Yeah, and there was obviously stairs, and to walk down the stairs with those dresses, you had to take your time. I was going step by step because as a professional, I know like especially like when you're wearing those long dresses, you kind of have to kick and stuff. And when it comes to those stairs, you will get caught up.
Yeah.
So you have to know how to get out of those situations. So take your time. Take your time on the runway. Let them see the dress. Let them see the style. Yes.
So, I mean, when you go and get like casted for these shows, does the designer like ask you about your level of expertise in walking in heels or something like that? Like, how do they know which girls can wear what dresses? Like,
A lot of times they'll just ask like height and stuff like that, and the heels you're comfortable in walking in and stuff like that. And they'll make you walk, walk. Yeah.
Okay, because I was always curious about that. Like, I've never put on my own like fashion show because I've never done it. I do plan to do it, but like I said, I want to create like an immersive experience.
Yeah.
And I think I would be that detailed to where I'd be like, let me see you walk.
Yeah. That's in this industry, like that's what comes with being a model.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be prepared at all times. Have a model bag, stay prepared.
So I mean, y'all need to go sign up for her coaching because she teaching me some stuff right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So, so, what type of fashion are you most interested in working with?
My DNA is street style. I grew up with like rap music and like street style. I'm black, so that's our life. So, I grew up with street style, but as I got like, actually recently, I got into more couture. Back in 2021, I started like making this crazy stuff. And it was just like, okay, this is actually kind of interesting. And then like if you look online, if somebody say they're a brand owner or a fashion designer, you go and look at their stuff and it's like, I don't really see the fashion.
Yeah.
I just see a tank top or a t-shirt.
Like you say with the print on the shirt.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, how can I bring something different to the table? And I was like, okay, let me just start paying attention to like high-end brands and watching I watch a lot of fashion shows.
Right.
Even though I never put one on, I know how to put one on. But I just feel like, for one, it's like I want to pay my models good. Like,
I feel like that's a lot. Like in Houston, Texas, I feel like we're not really getting that.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to put in like a lot of work, but we're not receiving it back,
Yeah.
So I'm very big on that.
Yeah, and I feel like it's important as far as like designers out there, pay your models. Like these people are actually taking their time just like it's a job. Like, and some of them have to show up like, you told me I had to show up like 7 o'clock this morning.
Well, yeah.
So it's like, and the show wasn't till 11.
Yeah.
And that's not even all the times you had to go to casting and all this stuff. And like, y'all gotta be paid. Like, so I told myself I'm not gonna have a show until I'm able to pay them decently.
Right.
Something that they can go home and like with a smile on their face.
Right. Yeah.
And like walk with my clothes with pride. Because that's the whole feeling. Like you can't walk down the runway and then be thinking about, oh, my rent is due. Like, so that's why like I'm not putting on a show until I'm able to pay everyone what they deserve to be paid.
Right.
Because I've been underpaid as a designer before, working for some of these celebrities who feel like, oh, I'm a celebrity, you should just want to work with me. And it's like, okay, but you should just want to pay my rent.
Right, like,
So, you know,
without us, there would no, like, there wouldn't be no,
you can have a show. What you gonna sit down on Casper? Go ahead. I'd love to see you try.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important, and it's good for you, like especially like your platform, like to understand that because a lot of models just don't know their worth, you know.
Yeah.
So it's good. I love that you just said that because a lot of people they just out here, you know, they feel like they're gonna get their big break, and like sometimes you gotta ask, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what makes you feel like your designs are unique?
So I feel like my designs are unique because it's very closely attached to who I am as a person. You can't duplicate me.
Right.
So even if you copy something that I do, you're never gonna know the next move because
Right.
it's based on my life experiences. And unless you have lived in my journal,
Right.
you have read my journal, then that's a different story. But outside of that, I feel like it's so closely connected to who I am as a person. Each piece is a story from my life. So you will never know where I'm gonna go. Like,
Right.
and that's why I always look so different because I'm so many different things combined in one, and I put that into my art. So that's what kind of like it makes my stuff. It makes it really unique.
Yeah. I feel like I can backtrack on that because as being a model, a very unique model, I feel like once you see me do something, be like, oh, she's gonna do it on the next show. You never know what's coming.
Yeah.
You never know what's coming. Especially for me. I feel like it's very like I'm very unique. I like to, you know, show something different, you know, switch it up.
Yeah.
So like you never know what's gonna come. So yeah. So do you feel like you're gonna like have any like do you feel like anytime soon you're gonna like have like be a designer, like put on a show or something?
I get asked to put on a show on it.
Because I need to see it and I know it's gonna be good.
I want it to be like a movie.
Yeah.
You know, the closest thing I can explain it to being is like the Rihanna Savage Fenty show.
Okay.
You know, I want dancers. I
Yeah.
want lighting. I want sets. I want like if you go to a Beyonce concert, I want that same experience
Yeah.
for a fashion show. And I don't see people doing that.
Right.
And it's just like, why not?
Right.
Like, why are we not putting that kind of effort into, like, I told you, excellence. Like, people just putting stuff together and sending it down the runway.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see stuff, I'm like, this ain't even done.
Yeah.
And it's going down the runway. And you expecting
Yeah.
the model to make it look good. Like, I'm pretty, but I can't make your stuff look done.
Right.
So I think it's that. Once I have that level of resources backing me to where I can, like, afford to put on the kind of show that I want to put on so that people understand the brand. Because also, it's very difficult to just look at me and understand what I'm giving. It's just kind of like, what you got on?
Right.
Like, you know, he got on gloves in the summertime. Like,
Yeah.
it's like that. So if I'm able to tell a complete story, I think people will understand it. So,
So how do you keep track and like stay consistent with the new trends, you know, especially in fashion? Like, yeah.
oh, trends are hard for me. I I I have a love-hate relationship with trends because I feel like they are important to push fashion forward. Like, if we never had trends, then we would still be wearing what our grandparents wore.
Yeah.
And I'm not wearing no old musty suit that smell like cigarettes. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But I also feel like it's like a double-edged sword because if we have too many trends, then nothing really is classic.
Yeah.
And like nothing is really cherished. People are just doing whatever.
Right.
And there's not really like a real good, you know?
Like creativity.
Yeah. It's just like everybody's doing the same thing.
Same old, same old.
So that's where my love and hate comes with trends. But how I navigate it is by staying true to my identity. And I'm sure you see it as well in the like modeling industry where it's like, oh, certain people are doing these old avant-garde walks. And it's like, that's just a trend. But like real classic modeling is like the core.
Yeah.
You know, that's the stuff that's always going to be there.
Right.
So it's like distinguishing like, oh, do I go and do what this person do because she got 2 million views on her video because she walking crazy, or do I just stay true to who I am? So I think just staying true to who you are is always going to be the answer.
Right. Okay, so do you prefer traditional illustrating styles or newer digital?
Ooh. Okay, so traditional, it's cute.
It's
You know,
cute.
it's cute. That's why we are here, what we have right now. But
Yeah.
I feel like people have been wearing the same thing for so long, and we live in an age where social media is, thank God for social media, because I could be a designer here in Houston and see what someone in Milan is doing and see what someone in New York is doing. So it kind of makes it easier for us to accept other things because we're being exposed. It's just like if you never see, say, if you are a tall, dark skinned person and you live around all tall, dark skinned people and you never see a light skinned person, but now we have social media, you can see a light skinned. You know, it's like that.
Yeah.
You get to get exposed to stuff.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know. I think it's a good thing. I think that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do you feel about street fashion?
I love street fashion. You know, they got the different sub genres, but I love street fashion. I think that's the DNA of who I am. I started off with street style and I went like street looks or street couture is what I call it. Sweet but street is what I call it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like it's still that sense of elegance.
Yeah.
I never want to look ghetto or trashy.
Right.
I want to always look polished, but you know, there's a certain like level of elegance that you, even if I'm just wearing a t-shirt and jeans, I want to look so polished, hair done nice.
Right.
You know, skin looks nice, right accessories,
Mm-hmm.
you know, even the little earring,
Yeah.
you know, it has to have some level of elegance, and that's what the street but sweet is. But at the core of who it is, I'm a black man, so it's like that's who I am. But
Yeah.
there's so much other influence in there that helps me like define this street style. So that's why I even when I dress street style, people think it's like super expensive, and it's something from Walmart.
Right.
It's
Right.
that touch of elegance.
Yeah. So what area of fashion interests you most? Like clothes, hair, cosmetics, shoes, accessories, etc.?
Oh, so I love accessories. If you can't tell.
Yeah.
I love accessories. I accessorize down. I think it makes such a big difference on your outfit. Like if it's done right, you can look expensive. But I love clothes too. I love a good jacket. Like usually I have on jackets. Like most of the time, if you catch me, I'm gonna have on some type of jacket.
Yeah.
But recently, my best friend has exposed me to fragrance, and I know it doesn't sound like fashion, but it is because when you got smell good on, it just enhances your confidence.
Yeah.
Like you like walk in the room and it's like, I know you smell me. You see me, but you smell me.
Yeah.
So fragrance is another one. And I think down the line, I've gotten so into it. If you're not, get into fragrance because it's just so elegant. Like, you know, and I think down the line I will make my own fragrance because I just feel like that enhances your outfit. When people give you a hug and they like, you know, and it's just like, okay, you look good, you smell good, and it's like it only enhances your aura. And then also I hear like people tell me stories about when they smell Beyonce or when they smell Rihanna, like, oh my gosh, she smells so good. It just adds to your like the star quality. So it's like, okay, the full package.
Period. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about some fashionable people that you know.
Fashionable people. Ooh, I know a lot. Would you want some like celebrities or like local? Because
local.
Okay, I think that Brent from Dexterity is pretty fashionable. Tim Thorne?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if y'all don't know them, Dexterity Talent is at Instagram. Paisley360. Those guys, Amber, creatively tailored. Amber, she puts it on. There's a couple other people here, but I feel like Prince. There's a couple other people. Tynell, like this. Priya.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Priya.
Yeah.
The girls here, even you. Like I see your Instagram. Like I can't scroll without seeing you on Instagram. So it's like I see it. So and a lot of people don't know that Houston has like a fashion scene, and it's actually better than where I came from. Right. So it's like, you know, and it's opportunity for you to shine here. Everybody's not doing this in Houston. So when you're doing it, like everybody know who you is, you know, when you walk into a room, especially you, like when you walk a show, it's always a applause. And that's not even fashion show etiquette. People don't know that, but you know, you're not supposed to clap at a fashion show, but you and Priya, every time I see y'all on the runway.
Yeah. So, yeah, you know, I'm a model. I know like you do fashion. It's all like in one as a whole. So do you have any questions to me like when it comes to the fashion stuff?
Yeah. What is a brand you would want to model for?
Victoria, Gucci.
Wait, Victoria's Secret?
Victoria's
Oh my gosh. That's like the top of the top.
all of it.
You know about their diet? They make their models going like a super strict
Oh,
diet.
I heard of that.
Oh my gosh. You gonna be able, oh, I couldn't
Oh
do
no, I love to eat. I love to
What
eat.
you like to eat?
Seafood.
Seafood? What type of seafood though? Like what
Snow
dish?
crab.
Snow crab? I've never had crab before.
You
I've never had crab
let
before.
it get into
Well, I've had like imitation. I'll
Oh,
eat sushi.
yeah.
I'll go get me a little California roll, but
yeah. Let me put you on. Yeah, the shrimp.
but
But
where
I
do
like
you
my
go?
shrimp cleaned out. LA crawfish shop.
LA crawfish. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's better places. But personally, it's like when I go somewhere and I like it, it's like I can't get off of it because I feel like if I go somewhere
Yeah.
else, I'd be like, I should have stayed where I was at.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, that's how I am. I do not like trying new things.
yeah. It's like
I'm
when it
like,
comes to trying new things, it's like,
I like what I like, and
yeah,
because I'm impatient, I'm be like, bring me something else.
right,
It's not, and then I pay my money. I'm like, no,
yeah,
absolutely not.
right.
Also, I was like curious, like when you behind scenes, like, do you get nervous? Because like, for instance, when I'm putting like, I'm on my birthday is next week, right? I'm releasing 20 different photo shoots of all these different outfits.
Period.
I look so different in each one, and I get nervous every time I walk up the house. Like today, I didn't feel nervous because I look like a boy, but sometimes
Yeah.
when I go outside and I got my heels on or something like that, like I get nervous. So it's like, do I really want to go outside looking
Yeah.
like this? Do you get nervous like going onto the runway, like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall? Or
Personally, not really, but it's also like a sense of how you feel you are. You got to know what you're worth. Me, I've been doing this for a very long time, so it's like the runway is like a second home to me.
Yeah.
I feel like I get to express how I feel and also express the designer's clothes. So it's not like a sense of being nervous. It's like more of a I get to go out there and show what I got,
Yeah.
and meet new people and show confidence, build that self-esteem. So me, I don't really feel like nervous is in my vocabulary.
yeah,
Yeah. But I also know a lot of people that, struggle with nervousness. They also have confidence, but it's also like I feel like everybody get nervous, but it's like you have to know like what you're coming there for. I feel like we're all human. There's no like purpose of being nervous,
yeah,
So at times you will get nervous, but like brush it off.
yeah.
So
I think I understand what you're saying because when I first started like me like wearing heels and stuff and like looking a little more feminine than usual is very new. Like
Yeah.
this is within the last 2 years of me doing this. So going outside and even seeing like TikTok comments, like at the Beyonce concert I went viral
yeah. Okay.
and I had like 2 million views on a video of a girl. She saw me in my outfit and she was like, find this person.
hmm
And it was me. And a whole bunch of people like came to my page like somebody looking for you, somebody looking for you.
Really?
And it's me walking down in some heels and in a little jacket. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm checking the comments and it was a lot of people in there like, oh, this is crazy. Y'all let people walk outside like this. Y'all make everything okay. And it was like a lot of people hating.
Yeah.
And I'm a troll.
Right.
So I was like,
Me, I'm big in trolls. Yeah,
I was
I'm gonna
like,
make you actually talk about something.
we gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
So you think you about to come into my world and you gonna no.
Yeah.
So I was trolling them. I'm like, oh, okay. So you want me to come over to your house wearing these heels? Like
Yeah.
it's like because I'm 6'5" and like a lot of people don't see a man wearing heels
Mhm.
that's this tall.
Yeah.
So but it's like I had to tell myself like, okay, why do I care about what these people say? Like just do what I love. Like if I love doing that, then I'm just gonna do it. But for you, when you like being spectated by all these people up close, because mine is online. I don't
Right.
really get to see people unless I'm going to an event like
Mhm.
that Beyonce concert. It was so many people there, and most of it was love, but the hate came in the comments.
Yeah.
You have to deal with the hate like right there, like people staring into your soul. So
Yeah.
like, how do you deal with that? Like,
Me personally, I honestly let it build me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I let the hate come and build me up. I show them that what they're saying it won't stop me. I keep pushing.
Yeah.
It really builds me up for real. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank y'all. But I also heard you a little bit with Vogue. So tell me a little bit about that.
Oh yeah. So last year at the rodeo, I had just released my birthday collection, which I did when Cowboy Carter by Beyonce came out. I did a whole collection of like cowboy looks, And these looks were like basically what I would wear if I was going to a Beyonce concert, or if Beyonce invited me to go to a music video or something. I was like, oh, let me just make 16 looks.
Yeah.
And I wore the one that I wanted to wear for my birthday. But when I went to the rodeo, Vogue was there, and they were like interviewing all these different people.
Wow.
And I didn't even know this girl was from. This was a black girl. She came up. She was like, "Love your outfit. Let's take some pictures."
Yeah.
That's how demure it was. It was like
Very demure.
Yeah, it was very demure. Very cutesy.
Very mindful.
Yeah, she was very mindful because she was like, okay, what's your Instagram and what's your phone number? And she took the picture. Mind you, I was looking bloated. This is before I lost weight. I was all big.
Yeah.
I was like, in the picture I look, but if y'all go on my Instagram, it's the first thing. I have it pinned at the top because I'm like, I'm on Vogue. So y'all I don't care if my stomach look good.
I'm on Vogue. That's how you gotta feel.
Yeah, like I was like, and you know, they said I'm an official model now, so I'm in your world.
Yeah.
They said, once you make Vogue, you're a Vogue.
Right.
So, but she came up to me and she was like, I love your outfit. Let me take some pictures. She took pictures of me and my friends. And this is why I tell my friends, get dressed wherever you go, because you never know who you're gonna run into.
You never know. That's
never know.
my mama. She stay on me with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was so random. We was not supposed to go to the rodeo. It was last minute, and I ended up wearing something that I wore for my birthday the year before, and I just threw a cowboy hat on with it. But people thought it was like made for that.
Yeah.
But I just threw a cowboy hat on with it. But she came up to me. She's like, "Let me take a picture." 6 days later, I'm getting all these notifications on my Instagram, like, "Oh, I seen you on Vogue. I seen you on Vogue." I'm like, again? Like, this the same thing that happened with the Renaissance concert. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go on Vogue. They had me as the cover photo of Vogue magazine for the Houston Rodeo. So
Period.
Bun B, it's his night. They put my picture over Bun B's. Like, when you open it, it was my picture. And then they had Bun B at the bottom. So I was like, okay.
Right.
Clock that tea. Clock it. But I was like, that was super exciting. It was something that was validation, especially since I had just got fired from my job.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like working. And then I got fired for shooting a music video.
Wow.
That had nothing to do with the job. But I think God does things for a reason. And
right. Very big on that.
Yeah, it was like, oh, since you're gonna fire me now, I'm just gonna work harder at my craft. So
yeah, I feel like everything happened.
I started going outside, and then that girl approached me, and I was on Vogue. So it was pretty cool. That was a cool experience. And then just to see like my mom be so happy, like you know how it is when your parents see you doing your thing. It's like oh, that's my baby up there, you know?
Yeah.
And like seeing her happy, and my family all in another city, like, oh, we see you on, you know, we see you. That's my cousin, he famous, and it's like I ain't nobody.
Right.
Help me pay this rent also.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. That was really cool. That was a cool experience. I'm hoping Cowboy Carter, I go viral again.
Yes, y'all.
I'm working on the outfit, so make sure y'all follow my Instagram. And I mean, it's very random how you go viral, because both the times I went viral, it was not expected.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm hoping to go viral at Cowboy Carter.
Right. Okay. So let's stand up, show them the fit.
Can y'all see? Can y'all see?
Yes, 360. 360. Yes. Yes. It's eating.
Oh, you gotta get the boot though.
Yes.
We got the cheetah boot.
Period.
From ASOS, you know.
Very tea.
Custom couture.
Very tea.
You know, that's how you do it.
Yeah. Real model, real fashion design. This is what you call fashion right here.
Yeah.
That's what you call fashion.
But no, I feel like what's important for people to know is everything is possible. If you go and do it, it's gonna work out. You just have to keep going.
Sky's the limit.
Because I never thought that Beyonce would know who I am, and she put me in her movie. Like,
wow, that's actually good.
It was 2 seconds, but it was like, oh,
you still there.
And I know she's seen it because she had to watch the movie, so she's seen who I am. But I feel like I said, she on my page, because some of the stuff I'll be wearing, I'll see her or somebody on her team wearing it later on. I'm like, Beyonce on my page on her Finsta.
Yeah. On her Finsta.
On her Finsta. Yeah. So yeah, I need Beyonce. Girl, stop playing with me. I need my coin. I need my coin. But yeah, I feel like it's important to just keep going, because you never know who's watching. And like, even like you, I run into you everywhere. And it's just like, when I first saw you, I was like, oh, okay, you know, she model. But then I'm like, oh, she models. Like, I'm like, oh, I felt small. And like, you're like a third of my age. So it's like I felt small being around you. So it's like it's very, very important that you keep going too, because like the young girls that's like, that's not possible, their parents telling them it's not possible because everybody doesn't have the same structure.
Hmm.
And some people's parents are like, oh no, you need to go be a doctor. And
Right.
it's like, with this face?
Yeah.
But they don't have the confidence to say that.
Yeah.
And the parents don't believe in them. So I feel like it's very important that you tell your story too, because like it's amazing, like to be at the age that you are and doing what you do. It's crazy to me. Like I still be like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Because this is like a real boss, y'all. Y'all don't know. This is a boss.
Yeah.
So you have anything to say to the girls that's out there that like want to do modeling, like how to get started, where to go?
Yeah, y'all can start by coming to me. But really, I got started at a very young age. I got started at the age of 5. I started training at the agency Neil Hamill. But it really started because I guess I was doing these like extravagant poses. My mom seen it wasn't no average kid pose, like
Yeah.
especially for my age, 3, 4, doing these exotic poses. So she's seen that, and I guess like her friend told her about this agency, which was Neil Hamill, and she took me there. I got training at the age of 5.
Wow.
They really just brought it out. I had it, but they brought it out. They did have very good training there, very good support system. And ever since I just got started from there, I went to New York City, did YMCA and stuff like that. So went out there.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Showed what I had. And ever since, I feel like it's been a passion. So I've just continued. I've done several fashion shows, commercial. I'm also an actor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been in a Netflix movie called Mo, Nickelodeon commercials, Splashdown commercial, an Amazon commercial. Yeah, I've done a lot, a couple films. So ever since, I've just been pushing. I feel like it's a very goal of me. I feel like I express my personality through modeling.
Yeah.
And what I have.
So will you have like a show, like you ever watched America's Next Top Model?
Yeah.
I know I'm a little older, but
Yeah.
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 Did you like it?
Yeah, it was cool.
So would you do something like that, like for modern day, like for the girls that's coming up?
Yeah, I feel like I'll do it.
Like you had your own show?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That would be
I'll
cool
do it.
though, like to bring it back, because they was real nasty on there to those girls. It was
Yeah.
like they were really mean to those girls,
Yeah.
man. Like to bring it back with a positive spin. And
Yeah, for sure. I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring it back like positive though.
Yeah.
Different aspects.
Yeah, I could see you doing something like that, because I mean, the fact that you have a coaching class
Yeah.
at your age, that's crazy. That's crazy to me.
That's crazy.
And then it's like, these are grown people coming to the coaching
Yeah.
class. So it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's congratulations to that, because I couldn't imagine at 13. I don't even know what I was doing at 13.
Thank you. Yeah.
So when it comes to like the designers, do you like pick out which designers you would like to work with? Or because I know that like agencies will shoot people at you, or like say, oh, she's a great fit for this. Everybody's trying to get models.
Right.
So it's like, do you ever like tell model designers no? Like,
No, not really, unless it's like if I really had a very bad experience with
Yeah.
you. But other than that, no.
so what would be like a bad experience?
To me, a bad experience, I would say not like considering like really how your model feels. Like if I'm
Yeah.
telling you something and you still throw me out there on the runway and I'm letting you know how I feel, and like you're not considering that, and like just being rude and stuff like that. I feel like
being rude, yeah.
yeah, and like showing clothes that's like inappropriate, especially for my age. Like you have to
Yeah.
also consider my age. So
So that's why I was asking, because like some designers make crazy stuff, and it's like, do you ever have to tell them no? Like, oh no, I'm not wearing that.
yeah, especially with my mom. Like, especially I feel like a lot of times designers, they feel like your parents not around, so they'll just try to throw you in something.
Yeah.
But you also have to know your standards, and like if you go out there and your mama see you, right, it's
Right.
not gonna be good. So it's like I know that for sure. So I tell them like, yeah, this is not gonna be good. So like I just let them know how I feel, and just let them know it's my age and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's not appropriate. So
Yeah. So when you said like is there ever like, because you said like bad experience with clothes, is there ever a time where you was just like, I don't like that and I'm not wearing it? Or is it like, are you one of the models that are like, oh, I'm here to show off the clothes no matter what I'm wearing? Because I've seen some, especially guy models, do this all the time. I've worked with some guy models on my music videos, and they're like, I don't want to wear that. It's not really my style. And it's like, at you as a model, like, is that something that you do, or are you more like, oh, I'm just go with the flow, unless if I feel comfortable and it's not nothing crazy, like, or too explicit, like,
Right.
I'll wear it.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, if it's nothing too crazy, like, yeah, I would wear it, but like, I also know my standards too.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would also express to you how I feel if I'm not comfortable in it. But other than that, if it's appropriate and it's good, I'll wear it. Yeah.
So is there like a certain piece that you've ever been like, oh no? Like, what do you hate to wear on down the runway?
I would say, like swimming suits that don't have a cover up, especially
Oh, like swimsuit. I
like
thought you was gonna say like
two piece and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean that makes sense, but I thought you was gonna say like a like those long old gowns that you can barely walk in, and then it's like so uncomfortable.
See, well, I have experience in it, so it's like, yeah. So it's like,
oh, so you the pro, so we all gotta worry about that.
Yeah.
We got you. We got you. You the pro.
with them gowns and stuff, it's like I have experience, and like that's the thing I've talked about, like especially like, similar to the dress, kind of, where you have to like kick kind of in a certain way, and take your time when walking down the runway. Like you got to walk and kick at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's also like a lot of people that just go on the runway, try to get it over with, then they end up making a mistake and they end up tripping over the dress because they're not thinking. So it's like you also got to be mindful of that. So
like, what are the, because I seen something today, I saw a model, I was like, oh, how she look uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because she, first of all, her facial expression, one thing I did like about every time I see you is you always look happy. You always look like you want to be there. You always look like you're enjoying the process. But this girl today, she looked like she was just sad. And I was like, is that something that's taught in the coaching? Because if it's like like a piece you don't want to wear, then it's like, do you show that on the runway, or do you like have to suck it up and like be like, okay, well, I gotta go out there and sell it?
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know how that works, but like
yeah, well, also as a model, like, well, I know for me, I also coach facial expressions.
Oh, so that's part of the coach.
Yeah, and have to soften up your face, Like a lot of times you're not gonna maybe like what designer feeling you, but it's also like fit in you, but it's also like if you're comfortable and you can walk in it, walk in it, but don't make it, if there's a problem going on, don't make it seem as a problem if you're still going on the runway. So I teach them how to soften up their face, how to smile, soft little smile,
Smiles.
and also like with the eyes too.
Yeah.
Like that's also a big thing. So
it was her posture. It was like her face was like, and then her posture was like hunched over, and it just was no confidence there. I could tell like either she was going through something, like having a bad day, or she just was not feeling it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I felt bad because it's like, is she not really selling the clothes,
right?
Because everybody's paying attention to what she looks like.
Yeah.
So that's good that you got coaching, like you coaching people. That's crazy.
Yeah, I try to coach what I know is gonna be like the proper techniques. What I know is like gonna happen on a runway and what a lot of models go through, because it's a lot of things in the modeling industry that a lot of people don't coach. I feel like a lot of coaches nowadays, they just worry about the money and they're not actually coaching. They're not showing the proper techniques on when you're going on a runway. They're not taking their time, to actually show what's going to be needed when walking on a runway. So
is it like different etiquette? Like, because I'm very new to fashion shows. My first fashion show was the one I met y'all at. I met you and your mom at that fashion show, and that was my very first fashion show ever. And you were already like killing it. And I was like, oh my gosh. I remember you had the African print on. Yeah. And you walked like, I think 2 or 3 shows. 2 or 3 of the shows that were there. I mean, the designer stuff there. Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then when I met your mom and she told me how young you were, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, but like that show was a lot different from the one that we saw you in today. Yeah. And it was like, how do you know, like, is it the same technique and etiquette for every show, or is it like, okay, for this show I can kind of relax, I can show a little bit more personality, like I don't
Yeah.
like, how does that work? Do the
Um,
designers tell you? And I'm asking you, and I'm a designer, but I've never put on a show, so it's
yeah.
like, I'm like, do they tell you that?
No, not really, but it also depends on the garment. And I also feel like sometimes the audience too, because a lot of times some of the audience are just there, dry,
Oh my
lame,
gosh.
you know. I also feel like it very depends on the audience and the garment. You know,
Gotcha.
just feel like, and also the space that you're in, fill it out, you know,
Yeah.
get comfortable because you're going to be walking there. You know,
Yeah.
you want to feel comfortable, want to make sure it's up to your standards, you know, and you're going to be comfortable, like not showing it on the face, you know. So yeah,
Okay. Well, if I had you walk my show, what kind of piece would you want me to put you in?
I would like something very extravagant,
Okay.
big, you
Well,
know,
like a dress or like a jacket or like
like a piece, like
piece.
like
Okay, this is what I'm talking. This is what I'm
like
talking
even
about.
like a blazer, jacket, like anything, something big, extravagant. Like
Yeah.
that's me. Yeah.
Yeah.
To the
No.
ground too, like even like anything like, you know, train to the
Yeah.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I could see you definitely. The first time I saw you, that's what you had on. It
Yeah.
was like, I think it was a two piece. I think it might have been a two piece. I think it was like a dress with a big old skirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dang, she walking in that. Walking out. And then I think at that show, it was like 30 steps that you had to come down.
Oh, yeah.
That was the night in Paris.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of steps at that show. So I was like, oh my gosh, these girls, and they walking in these heels.
Yeah.
Nobody fell.
Yeah.
So shout out to Tim again, because nobody
Right.
fell.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I think if I was to make something for you, it would probably be along the lines of something like some type of jacket that drags the flow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want you like to be like looking like
Yeah.
powerful, like
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see.
yeah, the jacket that like drags the flow. But also I want you to have like a lot of accessories on because
Mhm.
that's just adds to the look. Like the
Yeah.
jacket could be very simple, but I would want you to have like some accessory. Like I love a little dangle on the hair.
Yeah.
I like a nice sunglasses.
Yeah, the
Collar popped up. Yeah. And then I've seen you in gloves before, so I think gloves will be cute too. So.
Yeah. I'll be working in my gloves.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I feel like because I do music videos, I wanted to ask you this when I got here. If you were asked to do like something outside of Runway, is that something that you would do? Like
Yeah, I will. I do. I have experience in music videos. I feel like I do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you do acting though.
Yeah. I also play the alto saxophone, acting.
Oh yeah, I found that out today.
Yeah, I do a lot. So when it comes to me, it's really nothing that you wouldn't see me doing or say like nothing that you would ever really hear me say I don't want to do.
Yeah.
You know? So
Would you ever learn how to make clothes?
see that actually, yeah, I want to.
So if you get a sewing machine, I will teach you. I will teach you for free how to make clothes.
Thank you. Yeah.
So y'all heard it here. I'm not lying. I will definitely teach her how to make clothes.
I've been
because-
waiting for the longest.
Yeah.
Literally.
I feel like after a session or two, and they could be over FaceTime, it's because it's so easy.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand how easy it is to like just make a t-shirt. And you can customize it how you want,
Mhm.
and it's gonna look way more sickening than anything everybody
Right.
else got on because it's custom.
Yeah.
So once you learn how to like put stuff together, it's not gonna like I taught one of my friends, he got a little $88 machine from Walmart,
Mhm.
and he came to my house 4 hours. He was making his own stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't really need much. If you got $80, go to Walmart, get you a sewing machine, and hit me up. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it don't take much. And then like because you're small, it don't take a lot to like make clothes for you
Mhm.
because you're small. And that's another thing. Like on the runway, they be making all you can fit everything.
Yeah.
You can fit everything because you're the perfect size. So yeah, I think that if you want to learn how to make clothes, I think you should because also you have the like vision.
Mhm.
You know what it takes to walk down in these clothes. You know what it's supposed to feel like. You know what it's supposed to fit like. So
Yeah.
it's like you behind a sewing machine will probably be crazy.
Yeah, I feel like I have the creativity. Like me, I like different stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like you. Like also like even with the hoodies that like our generation wears now, I don't like to wear any plain simple hoodie. Like I want my hoodies to have all types of designs on it, like, graphic stuff, logos, anything different that stands out.
Yeah, it ought to be special.
Like, a lot of times I go to school, like, my school, we wear uniform. So it's like, anytime we get that chance to be out of uniform, I show out. Because, like, it's like we're always in uniform. And it's like, even my mom, she was like, girl, y'all got to wear uniform today?
Oh, my
And
God.
I'm like, no. It's
Also,
like,
they give y'all like a free day?
free day? Not really besides holidays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've went to a school with uniform,
Mhm.
and I think how people like dressed up uniform is like the shoes is important, the
Yeah.
accessories. Back in my day, I'm gonna be old real quick. The girls used to wear the bangles. They used to have an arm full of bangles, and when they drop writing on the desk, it'd be like,
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, take off the bangles off.
Yeah.
I can't even do my work because you in your
Right.
bangles.
That's all you hear in the text
Yeah.
they're writing. Yeah.
It's like, girl, or they had like a lot of girls had the sunglasses. Shoes wasn't very important. Like the newest Jordans out had to be like, if you were in a uniform,
Yeah.
you had to have the freshest Jordans, the freshest Forces. Like it had to. And now like kids are into that. I love that about the new generation is that they're into other shoes like New Balance, Asics, and all this
Yeah.
stuff. Because back in the day, if you got caught dead when I was in school. Got caught dead with a pair of New Balance on. Oh, you was roasted the whole year. Like they was gonna fry you every
Yeah.
time. So it's like I love that the new generation is just like expressive and they allow people to be who they are.
Right.
Even with like all the different types of people that there are. Even like different races hanging out with each other and stuff like that. So it's cool. Like I like that, and I think that it's cool to see the younger generation do it. But when you in uniform. It's all about the accessories and the shoes.
Yeah.
And the hair.
And
See,
the hair.
girls got a lot of options with hair. And now girls be having wigs in school.
Yeah.
I'm like, when I was in school,
The
girls
lace fronts.
I'm gonna be a little shady right now. The girls, they used to have the ponytail, but the ponytail didn't all the way go in. So they used to have a hat flyaways in the back.
Yeah.
They didn't have baby hairs, and the girls, it was looking bad. So it was like, now girls got a lot of options. Like they can do their hair really nice. Girls know how to do makeup in school.
Yeah.
And like be having full face.
Full faces.
Yeah, it's like, it's different now. And I love it because it's like, it allows people to be more expressive because that's how bullying starts when people are not allowed to be who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I was even a victim of that. Like people always bullied when I was in school. Like, they wasn't really bullying me, but people like always have something to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I would see people get bullied just for being who they were. And that's what I like about the new generation. Like, it's like, just be who you are. Like,
Right.
everybody's accepted, but people do take it too far. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I be seeing on TikTok all this stuff. And
All types of stuff.
oh my gosh, TikTok is kind of crazy, especially like with fashion.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much different stuff. There's this page I watch on YouTube, and she like, it's a lady in New York, and she like wears the craziest outfits to the subway, and people like talk about her in the comments. So she posted just so people could talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm like. Nobody was ever bold enough to do that back in the day. So
Yeah.
I love TikTok. I love the younger generation. Like, I'm looking up to y'all. 'Cause
Yeah.
y'all is the future. So
All right, y'all. Well, that will wrap it up. I want to thank you so much for coming on here. I really enjoyed it. You was a vibe. Like, really, like, you really kept me entertained. Like,
thank you.
for real, for real.
Yeah, no, thanks
So,
for having me.
Yeah, you can shout out where they can find you at.
Oh, my Instagram is official Vic Martin. That's OFFICIAL, Vic as in VICMARTIN.
Okay, and y'all already know y'all can find me at steph.model _ stef.model_, and my other one, Model Diva Stefania, MODELDIVASTEFANIA. Stay tuned with Teens on the Scene.
Yeah, go sign up for modeling classes.
Yes, y'all. Come on. Yes, y'all. Period. Thank you.
Thank you.